Susul. Welcome to Under the Plumbob Podcast, the podcast about all things related to the EA Maxis series games called The Sims, where we avoid the real world by talking about our made-up ones. This is Team Cowplant, and today we're talking about my favorite townies.
I'm sorry.
That was intense.
It was so intense.
We're
gonna talk about this. It's gonna be great.
It's like when you're like ugly crying and you're trying to talk at the same time. It's like,
Okay. All right. Well, that's how we start this, guys.
I can redo it. I can redo it, I promise.
No, keep
I
it.
didn't realize
Keep
how intense
it.
I was being. I thought I was being carefree.
Speaking carefree and light and airy, and it comes out. We're launching Under the Plumbob.
Oh my god, you guys are really funny. Okay.
This whole episode has Marissa just like intense.
Should I just scream the whole episode? Back!
This is my Townie. Just raging. It's Marcus Flex all over again.
oh no.
Oh my god, they just channel Marcus Flex. Is that
I
what
told you
just happened?
I will bring him up every episode. Except for Medieval. I didn't bring him up last episode. I'm sad about that.
Well, you know, he wasn't actually in the fucking Middle Ages, so they didn't have gyms in the Middle Ages, so he didn't want to be born yet.
I am going to start streaming that regularly on Fridays. So I still have a few heroes that I need to create. One of them could be Marcus Flex.
Oh my god,
Can you just
yes.
name him Ye Old Flex? Like,
I'll name him Flex, like FLEXE. Like put another E
Yeah.
at the back of his name.
And then also feed him to the pit monster.
Oh my god, yes. Or make him like
Marcus Flex, and he'll be the first to be fed to the pit monster. That's a good one.
Please.
yeah, make him like an evil warlock or something. I've never played Sims Medieval, so I have no idea what it's like.
Ye old broskies. I think if you put ye old in front of anything, I'm excited about it. So
Yeah.
anyway, even though when I was younger, I thought it was oldie,
I think we all did.
ye oldie, and I was like,
Oldie?
why are we
I think
saying
I did.
this?
Yeah, I can see that working.
Whatever. Anywho, hi, I'm Vanity. I don't think we ever said our names, but you should know us by now. If you don't,
Hello, I'm weirdly intense Marissa. Just don't worry about it.
Marissa Flex.
Marissa Flex.
Marissa Flex.
I'm flexing right now.
And I'm ye olde Ava.
Ye oldie Ava.
I don't know.
Ye oldie Ava. I'm here for it. Okay. So, we're talking about townies, guys. Because I feel like they don't get enough love. We don't get a lot of townie love.
Yeah, and Leslie on Facebook also found that they don't get enough love because she was inspired by our rotational play episode and asked us who is our favorite underrated townie or household. So, Leslie, we're going to tell you today.
Yes.
So, BT-dubs, and doing my research for all the different townies through all the playthroughs, it made me chuckle because, not chuckle, it was actually kind of interesting. And this is how you know I have that weird, America, only thing happens in English. Who, other languages? What? So this is like a really weird thing for me. So the base game generates townies with names that fit whatever language the game is set to. Didn't know that! So, in the English version of the game, they generate with American English names. I guess in, the French version of the game, they generate with French names. So everybody's named Pierre. And then in City Living, it generates townies with Moroccan, Japanese, and Indian names, who could typically be found in the San Myshuno. But in Jungle Adventure, the townies have Hispanic names. And then in Island Living, they have Polynesian names, which I thought was pretty cool. Just a little side note.
That is really
Yeah.
cool.
And they the Sims team actually recently came out, I mean, depending on when this episode goes up, but I remember them saying, like, there was a complaint that in Create a Sim, American players were only getting like Moroccan, Japanese, and Indian names, like with City Living. Like anytime they generated a sim, they always had a Moroccan, Japanese, or Indian inspired name.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of interesting too, and they literally had to like go and refigure the name generator to add more like white names, I guess, which that's but I thought that was interesting.
It's like, that's ridiculous. Like, why do you care?
I know, why would you like are we this spoiled now? We don't remember having to look through the 100 baby name book or whatever, or the baby name website to name our Sims.
Bookmarked every single time. I had to tab out, look it up, tab back in. Oh yeah, this works.
I mean, I still do that, but yeah, it's like we're so spoiled now. We're used to just randomizing a name and getting something we like.
Oh.
We don't remember the past where we had to search and search and search for baby names to find the perfect name.
See, for me, I had all of my names were either people that I knew when I was playing Sims 1, because I was like 14 and I wanted to make people love me. People that I knew, or it was like I would make up a first name, but all their last names came from like TV shows. Like I have, in even my Sims 4, I have my one of my characters for Supernatural, her last name is Winchester, because I was watching Supernatural at the time.
That's awesome.
That's literally how that happens. Like, what am I watching right now? Oh, Gilmore Girls? All right, we got a Gilmore. What am I
Yeah, I used to have a bunch of Sims called Hallowell because I was really into Charmed back in the day.
See? I forgot about Halliwell. I gotta make a witch named Halliwell. Anywho, but I just thought it was cool that they had. I guess I never think about people playing The Sims in another language, and I should, because obviously. But I think it's cool. I kind of want to switch the language of my Sims game to see what the generated people's names are, but then I don't know how to switch it back because it'll be in that language. So,
fun fact: even though The Sims was available in Dutch, sweet baby Ava back in the day never played it in Dutch. Always played it in English. Because I hate Dutch.
You knew one day you would be on an English-speaking Sims podcast. You've been preparing for this moment.
Maybe, or I just think Dutch sounds horrible.
I think Julia plays in English too.
No, I think she plays in.
Does she play in Swedish?
Yeah, there's sometimes where she will say something that's in the game, but it doesn't translate the same. Remember? I remember having that conversation.
I think I asked her if she played in English or not, and I don't know if she. I don't remember.
I know this is on an episode. I know
maybe it is. I'm pretty sure I might have asked her the question. I think I asked Ava if she plays in English or not.
Yeah,
and she told me that she did. Well, that's a question that we will have in a follow-up episode. Oh,
don't expect us to remember like loads of stuff, because my short-term memory is horrible.
Samesies. If you are a patron and listen to our bonus episode that will be coming out, you will know that I have a horrible short-term memory, because there's a whole category where I don't know shit. Okay, so before we start, I have a apology tour to tell you about. If you listen to the last Cowplant episode it was Sims Medieval, I apologize for sounding like I was eating the entire time, and that's because I was. I was eating Trader Joe's chocolate chip Dunker cookies. I was eating those by dunking them into my coffee and chewing them, which means I sounded like I was talking around a mouthful of smushed cookie and I was. So, my
I
B,
honestly didn't notice.
and maybe I am the only one who noticed. Now that I pointed it out, you guys are all going to hear it. Whatever.
I'm gonna have to listen back now. I edited that and I didn't notice.
You didn't. That's
didn't
all I could
notice.
hear the whole time. I was like,
I'm gonna have to listen back now and see. And it's
I
probably
was
gonna
like,
be all
yes, the trait.
Look, man, cookies are life right now. I went into town and we have a little shop that sells all stuff from the UK, and I got a giant pack of custard creams, and I've just been shoving those in my face since yesterday and regretting nothing.
My favorites are the Hit cookies. Do you know those? Like a little yeah, they have the biscuit on top, chocolate filling, and a biscuit in the bottom, and they come in a little tubey tube. Or the Lint, is it Lebanon's? The butter cookies with a little crinkling on the side.
Oh, yeah.
I will send pictures, but yes, those are my favorite cookies, and they come from overseas, and I love them. All right, so back to this.
Actually wanted to get some Fox's jam and creams because we talked about it in Messenger, but he didn't have them. But he's gonna go over. He goes over every week, and he was like, "I'll keep an eye out, and I'll bring you some." I was like, "Yes."
Not the sewing kits, not those.
Oh, not the sewing kit boxes, like the big tin boxes?
No, that's the Swedish ones, or the butter biscuits or something like that. Not those.
Yeah, the butter biscuits. They're
not
kind of like shortbready cookies.
But anywho, those are my favorite, and I'm pretty sure they're German, and I love them. And yeah, they are German because I grew up in Germany, guys. So a lot of my favorite cookies and stuff from my childhood are German. Okay, so anyway, so talking about townies, I've talked about my apology for chewing through thing. Now we're on cookies, and we're going back. We're going back. All right, so starting with, I guess, townies, like NPCs, if you will. Ava.
Yeah, so
when you say townie, I basically interpret that as anyone that's not a playable household.
That's what I thought, but I think we were all a little mistaken.
I think you guys were correct and I was wrong. I think I just thought of my favorite playable characters and you guys actually did the assignment.
The question was... No, you did fine, because the question was, who's our favorite underrated townie or household? So...
Oh, that's right.
Still allowed.
All right.
But I guess you can then categorize townies under, like, just randomly generated or NPC, and I went the NPC route.
And I do agree it should be something that's universal, like everybody knows.
Yeah.
So it can't be like, Heather blah, 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 who just randomly popped up in my game because she's not going to pop up in your game.
Especially if you have MCCC. You're going to have so many randomly generated townies that are not going to be in anybody else's game. So for me, I wanted to pick someone who was universally recognizable throughout the entire Sim series. And for me, that is Miss Crumplebottom. Well, Mrs. Crumplebottom. So Miss Crumplebottom is a legend first introduced in Sims 1 Hot Date. So she was a crabby old lady who would go downtown with the sole intent of pummeling affectionate couples with her handbag. Why?
I remember. Oh my gosh, she's also a fever dream. I remember her.
I love it. Best.
However, today we are not talking about Ms. Crumplebottom. We're talking about an equally legendary relative, Mrs. Crumplebottom. But wait, Ava, I hear you say, there's a difference? Oh boy, is there.
But wait, there's more.
There is more. So let me regale you with the tale of my favorite townie, and I will give you a good scoop of lore in the process, because as you all know, we here at Team Cowplant love us some lore.
Yeah, we do.
Now, to quote the Sims fandom wiki, Mrs. Crumplebottom is an NPC featured in The Sims 2 Nightlife. She frequently visits downtown lots and is usually considered an obstacle in the lives of Sims. This is wrong. I will get to why this is wrong. She's not an obstacle. The Crumplebottoms from The Sims Hot Date and The Sims 2 Nightlife are not the same Sims, but distant relatives. It has been revealed that Agnes Crumplebottom was Miss Crumplebottom from The Sims Hot Date. So The Sims 3 is set before The Sims 1, and the Agnes Crumplebottom from Sims 3 is the same Ms. Crumplebottom as The Sims 1. However, the Mrs. Crumplebottom from Sims 2, totally different person, and that's the one that I'm going to talk out. Are we properly confused?
Hell yeah.
I'm a girl. I feel like you're that meme with the red things, the red lines, and you're just like, but wait.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It's Charlie.
Got my red string and my thumbtacks here. Let's do this. So, one defining feature of Mrs. Crumplebottom is that she is old. How old? We don't know. She looks like an elder, but that's about as far as you can get. I can tell you, however, that she's a Scorpio. She has a family aspiration, and that both her age and her gender are marked as ambiguous in the Sims fandom wiki, which really tickled me.
I love it.
Ambiguously gay duo.
She's like some eldritch horror or something. Age and gender, ambiguous. She has gray hair, blue eyes, and she had the medium skin color because Sims 2 only had like 3 shades of skin.
I also remember that too.
So fucked.
Sims 2 was like, look, you're going to get pale, not so pale, and dark.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
Not even dark. You're going to get pale, kind of pale, slightly less pale.
Good time. Now, another quote from the Sims fandom wiki about Mrs. Crumplebottom is, she is a very old-fashioned, stern, and strict woman who appears to abide by a moral code from the Victorian era. Now, what kind of code is that, you ask? Well, it just so happens that the Sims fandom has a handy-dandy link that leads you to a Wikipedia article about Victorian morality, and please, please, please go read it. It is a rabbit hole all of its own. I lost like a good 45 minutes of my life on there. It is delightful.
I have always wanted to come down with a case of the vapors and flail on a fainting couch. It's been a dream of mine. I also want to serve. I want to come down with a case of hysteria for having any emotion other than happy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you go to the doctor, and he helps you out with your case of hysteria.
Yep.
By finger banging you. You're welcome.
Yes.
It's super awkward.
putting you in a... Well, one, Vanity, do we need to talk? Why do you want to get finger banged by a random doctor, number one? Number two...
I just think it's hilarious that it's a way to get your... It's a medical practice in the Victorian area. Meanly, I want to just faint on a couch.
They also came up with electrical vibrators that you had to plug into the wall.
Yeah.
They were around that time, so...
Or 9 times out of 10, they just threw you in a ward for hysterical women, and you just kind of died there.
I mean, look, I'm really hoping that I would have enough money that they would just tell me to go to the doctor and get my treatment done, and then I can go home. And then give me some laudanum so that I can just be high as a kite for the rest of the time.
I feel like all of us would have been in some kind of home. We're very opinionated.
I would have been...
if I could pick, I would have been a spinster.
Oh, same.
Yo, 100%. I would have been like, fuck all y'all. I'm going to go over here.
Did you know where the term spinster came from?
The term spinster...
Yeah, that's what I thought. From women who spun wool, and because of like the whole industrialization and like fabric making and stuff, that was a skill that was very high in demand. So if you could establish yourself as a professional spinster, you wouldn't need to get a husband to be able to survive because you would be making your own dollars. That's right, you would be a completely independent woman who don't need no man to pay the bills.
But who's going to watch me collapse on the couch from the vapors?
See, when you're making your own money, you don't need to wear corsets that's why women were fainting all the time, because they were all wearing fucking corsets and they literally could not breathe and their organs were being tucked up inside their lungs. So
which is
has
why
been
lots of
proven.
women died in childbirth. BTW.
yeah, because their organs were fucked. Like, you can't wear a corset and expect to be able to do all the things that a woman needs to do.
I think that has actually been disproven, the whole corsets choking you thing. I'll have to look that up, but a lot of
No way.
yeah, like a lot of fashion historians were like, they weren't actually that bad. Like, the whole media seemed it like made it seem a lot worse than it actually was. It was mostly just for silhouette and not, it was as tight that they couldn't breathe. Because we all think about that Pirates of the Caribbean scene where Elizabeth gets like strung into her corset and everything, but it's not. Apparently, it was not that bad.
Because I've seen photos of people who, like, before and after corseting, and they're like, literally their bones are in different spots.
There was a difference between like actual waist cinching, like waist correction, and just like
and just wearing a corset,
because it was underwear in a sense. But I'll look it up. I'll send you links. It's a fascinating topic.
I lied. I know who I would be back in the day. I would be have you guys seen Harlots?
No.
Well, I would be a madam. I would own a house.
I could see you doing that.
I would totally be a madam. I would just own a house. And all my girls would be really pretty and nice. And I'd be like, hey guys, come on in. Make sure you wear a condom. We don't need syphilis in here.
And you'd have like one giant bouncer. So if one of the guys would like step out of line and, not be so nice to the girls, you'd just be like, hey, Vigo, fetch.
Just fetch.
Kick him out.
Punch him in the face. No, actually, punch him in the dick.
Not on the street.
See, that's what I would do.
You respect my ladies.
Oh my God.
And
Bendy,
afterwards, we would have tea.
That. Yeah.
See?
Hey, thanks for punching that guy in the dick, bae. Love you.
Love you. Have some tea.
And Vigo would absolutely make the best scones.
I love scones. Okay, wow. So that was a choo-choo on the choo-choo train.
Yes, it was.
Let's roll back into Mrs. Crumblebottom.
So yeah. Well, I was going to say I'm not going to talk about Victorian morality because that's a giant tangent train that will take us all around the world and back. But look what we did. But yeah, we're talking about Mrs. Crumplebottom. So like I mentioned before, she does not like public displays of affection. So any romantic interactions on a public lot that she happens to be on will get you the purse TM. But it's not just PDA that she has an issue with. Oh, no. If she sees you walking around in your underwear or your bathing suit on a public downtown lot, she will lecture you until you change back into your everyday outfit. She will shame you into putting on pants. But to be fair, if you're walking around in public in your underwear, you deserve it. Put some pants on. You gross.
Yeah, right. Why are your pants not on, you nasty?
I don't know.
Say there was a club that had a pool and a jacuzzi, and I was always was it called Club Lulu maybe? And I was always so pissed when I saw Miss Crumblebottom there, because let's be honest, your girl was usually playing as Don Lothario and trying to get with a girl, and I'd see Miss Crumblebottom, I'm like, God damn it, now I can't get my Don Lothario on.
Oh, actually, well, we're going to get there. I have some tips for you now.
Oh.
So yeah, the fact that she had a problem with swimwear, though, did mean that it could be a potential issue for people who wanted to make like a public pool on a downtown lot, or like you said, put a jacuzzi in there or something.
Yeah.
Now, I personally never tried it, so I don't know if that would actually be an issue. So if any of you have ever tried building a public pool downtown in The Sims 2, maybe just let us know what happened. If you want to like try it out for science, just screenshot it, post about it on social media, and please tag us because I need to know.
For science!
For science. Now, another quote from the Sims fandom wiki. You can see where I got most of my information. Mrs. Crumplebottom loves to knit, and she will usually knit as an idle animation when she's not doing anything. In fact, it was revealed that knitting utensils are one of the many things inside of her purse, TM. Others including lint, stones, and a portrait of her great aunt.
Why are there stones in there?
Cause you need weight
It's gonna
for
hurt somebody. Yeah.
it's fine.
Oh.
So yeah, it's like how can you not love this lady? She has sharp things and rocks in her purse that she uses to beat people with. It's great. Now her behaviors are fixed, so you can't change them, and attempting to do so by way of cheating could break your game. So don't even think about trying to tame the magnificent tempest that is Mrs. Crumplebottom, okay? She knows what she's about. She is even immune to vampire bites. So if you play as a vampire, you can bite her and like try to turn her, and she'll have the same animations as a bitten sim, but she will not turn. So suck on that, Nosferatu. But seriously, though, it'll also break your game to the point where only a reinstall will fix it. So just don't do it. Okay, leave her alone.
Is she Van Helsing?
She could be. She is now. It was headcanon.
Headcanon. We called it. We're naming it.
And she's Van Helsing.
She's Van Helsing. If you have the Sims 2 seasons installed, you can use the wishing well to wish for romance. And these wishes have a chance of failure. And a failed romance wish could be the greatest thing you ever experienced or your worst nightmare. So if you wish upon a well to bring you a main squeeze and it fails, then, my sweet baby ducklings, Mrs. Crumplebottom will crawl out of the well like some geriatric Samara and you will get pursed. TM. That's right. You heard me.
I'm sorry.
I told you this woman is amazing, and I will not have people disrespect her by saying she is an obstacle.
I love it.
It is the greatest
I love it so much.
Mrs. Crumplebottom crawling out of the well. It's the greatest thing. Or, one more thing to talk to your therapist about, whichever. So while I love the idea of people going into an absolute panic when they see her appear in game during their Sims date with that cute girl from the bakery because my heart is cold and dead, I do get that this can get a little bit old. So I will give you some tips on how to prevent the purse. TM. So this is also from Sims Fandom Wiki. There are 6 known ways to avoid Mrs. Crumplebottom. Number 1, don't go downtown. That is, that speaks for itself. Sims don't have to go out for a date. A cozy night at home can be every bit as satisfying as a night out. Since Mrs. Crumplebottom can't go onto private property without the use of cheats or a wishing well romance wish fail, Sims can show as much affection as they desire without the risk of being beaten with a purse, TM, or scolded. This will also save money because they don't need to buy a car or call a taxi or build a garage, you fucking cheapskate. This is not always the best choice, especially if a sim wants to go out.
So basically she's forcing you to quarantine. Rude.
Basically, yeah, social distancing. She's just trying to keep you from getting corona because she's a good girl. Number 2. Special Sims introduced with nightlife, such as the Grand Vampires and Mrs. Crumplebottom, only appear in downtown. So if there's a club or a public swimming pool in the main neighborhood or a shopping district like the one from Open for Business, she won't appear. So, go to Blue Water Village or something.
Yeah.
Number 3. If Sims go downtown for a date, have them go to a bowling alley, a nightclub with a bar, or a lot with at least one poker table. Although Mrs. Crumplebottom is mean and cranky, she still likes fun as well as drinks. Sims can be woohooing right in front of her, and she won't care as long as she is bowling, drinking, or playing poker. We will talk about this later in the distractions section. You can also cancel her action before she can complete it. She is an old woman, so she is slow. I take offense to that, but fine. While she is walking towards
No, she is anything but slow.
She's
that
great.
purse, TM.
While she's walking towards your sim, just cross out her action by clicking on it. And for those of you who are only familiar with The Sims 4, the actions is a little picture at the top left corner instead of the bottom left corner. So many experienced simmers know this. If she is running towards them, pause the game and cross out her action. Try to override it by making the Sims do something else, like talk to each other. She will still yell at them, but they won't notice because of the action they are doing at the moment. Now, the next two are a bit more on the extreme scale. You can use bullprop, testing cheats enable true, and then use force error on her. This cheat can be used to delete her from the lot. Unfortunately, doing that does not ensure she won't come back, nor should she stay away, because it's her turf.
Yeah.
You are neighborhood. Deal with it.
Almost, I don't know. I feel like when I've done that, she's almost always come back, but
She should. And then the last one, there is the Get Rid of Mrs. Crumplebottom Forever mod from Mod The Sims, and it'll prevent her from spawning in the game. The mod does not do anything harmful. It just modifies the code that tests to see if she should be spawned, so it always says that she shouldn't. The Season's Wishing Well will still spew flames when the romance wish fails, but she will not crawl out of the well, though I don't know why anyone would want to get rid of her because she is awesome. So I mentioned distractions before. Like, if you don't want to mess with cheats or anything, there are still more organic ways to basically keep her from noticing that you are touching your date's booty.
Booty touch!
So let's take a deeper dive into that. Mrs. Crumplebottom knows what she hates, but she also knows what she loves, and she loves bowling. So
who loves bowling?
Yeah, another quote from Sims Fandom Wiki, once she starts to bowl, she will never stop. She also loves poker, and if she starts playing, she will keep playing until interrupted. You know why? Because Mrs. Crumplebottom has no motive decay. She can literally keep going forever because she is a boss bitch. She also loves her gin and juice.
Boss bitch who needs some Gamblers Anonymous.
Don't even. She also loves her gin and juice because there's a bar. If there's a bar on the lot, you'll find her there.
So true. So true.
Playing cards or booze will keep her distracted from your booty touching. Now, if you have Bon Voyage, there is one more distraction available. So this expansion pack introduces the unsavory charlatan, and if both him and Mrs. Crumplebottom are on the same lot, he will be drawn to her. He will try to serenade her and then get pursed TM for his efforts, because Mrs. Crumplebottom will have none of your shenanigans. Thank you very much.
It's so true, though. I've had that happen to me where he shows up and they are just on each other. It's so funny.
Wants to be all up in that, and she will have none of it, and I love it. She knows what she's about. But of course, this gives your Sims ample time to finish up their business and head back to the safety of their box with doors and windows, or house.
The amalgam of rooms.
If you know how to build. Yeah, they're amalgam of rooms. Now, we all know Mrs. Crumplebottom's signature look, her tan dress, matching pillbox hat with a daisy, and her overcoat, her little bun hairstyle, her pearls, and her purse, TM. Well, did you know that with a little cheating, you can have your very own Mrs. Crumplebottom outfit? That's right. You can now harness the destructive energy of downtown's favorite boss bitch with the Crumplebottom package by Bullprop Designs. Just enter the Bullprop Testing Cheats Enable True cheat code, and your Elder Sims can also terrorize downtown like a fearsome geriatric hurricane. Purse, TM, poker, and bowling skills are not included.
Rude.
Now, another thing you might be wondering, since she is Mrs. Crumplebottom as opposed to her Ms. counterpart in Sims 1 and 3, who was her husband? And that is a mystery indeed, since all we have to go on here are rumors. And to quote Sims Fandom Wiki, again, she was possibly married to the famous puppeteer and philanthropist Robert Crumplebottom, mentioned in The Sims Hot Date and The Sims Vacation. So during his winter charity event, a chandelier dropped 2 full stories and ended his short yet inspiring life. His demise could have made Mrs. Crumplebottom very sad and made her very cranky and hateful towards love.
Also chandeliers.
Yeah, chandeliers, man. Be careful.
He did not want to swing from a chandelier here.
Nope. Nobody's swinging from chandeliers tonight. So she was married to the founder of SimCity Downtown, as also an option. Or she was married to a rich Sim who put a lot of money into the community, and she feels that she runs the town because of it. Personally, I want to believe that all 3 of these are bullshit. And my head, which is a very, very confusing place to live at the moment. She is just a badass old lady who don't take no shit from anyone and who lives her best life drinking, bowling, and gambling her way through her golden years. Mrs. Crumplebottom is an inspiration, an icon, a legend, and she is and always will be my favorite townie. Thank you.
That was the most inspiring TED Talk. Thank you.
I feel very passionate about this topic.
Please, oh my God, that was amazing.
That was the best.
You showed up all of us, Ava, with your detail to history.
I don't even want to follow.
I know. I don't either.
I feel like I should have gone first and she should have gone last. Like, shit.
Wow.
This differently. That was great.
Kid who did the book reports, and I always wanted to go first because then I could just spend like 3 lessons afterwards just sitting there and not doing shit.
Judging.
Oh my God, same.
I did too, actually.
I remember in my Chinese final in college, we had to like do a oral presentation. So I did my presentation first, and then I literally played Monkey Island in the back of the class afterwards for the rest of the class.
Yes.
I was like, well, I did my job. Do. Like, Monkey Island, I don't fucking care. It was like the last day of class. Anyway, well, Ava is amazing. You know, I'll be honest, I was on the fence about Mrs. Crumplebottom before this. Now, I'm full Crumplebottom. I like
it. Crumplebottom 2020.
Spread the word and just spread awareness of what an amazing icon this woman is.
She doesn't mean vice president. True. She is both.
She is both. Her purse TM is vice president.
TM. Purse TM is vice president. Yes. Mm-hmm. Wow, shit.
Yeah, either way, Vanity, if you want to go or if you want me to go.
I'll go, but I'm sad about it. All right, guys. Well,
fine, you got this.
My favorite townie, I have 2 because I couldn't decide. And first one is Mayor fucking Whiskers. Because of freaking course, I would pick a cat.
Of course
Did you
would.
think I wouldn't? What's wrong with you? All right. So Mayor Whiskers is that dapper bitch that's rolling around Brindleton Bay. And he's a stray cat. He is implied to be the mayor of Brindleton Bay. I don't think it's implied. He totally is. He's been mayor forever. People respect him. He has a fucking top hat and a green bow tie. Mayor Whiskers is everything. His name, he's on the painting Old Brindleton, a series, which claims the locals of Brindleton Bay have elected a cat as their mayor. He can be adopted, but it takes a fuck ton of work, guys. Like, Mayor Whiskers, like, he is a stray that loves to be a stray. He's like, I don't need you. I don't need your house. I don't need. You have to put in the work to get him.
He knows what he's worth it, and he won't take anything less. You got to work for his affection because he's Pete Cat.
Exactly. He's got top hat. He's got top hat money.
He has got top hat money. He's like, you can't have this. So, in German, in the German version of the game, his name is. You ready for this, guys? It's going to be great.
Yes.
Bürgermeisterin Schürnahar. That was my German. You like it? You're welcome.
Wait, is that really how you say it?
I don't fucking know. Is it?
It's close. You're not far off.
I was almost there.
It's not far off. It's Bürgermeisterin Schürnahar.
I was close. I just didn't have an accent. But I like that burger was in front of it.
Is the Schürnahar. And yeah.
But they're saying that might have been a mistake because in translation, Bürgermeisterin is title for a female mayor, but Mayor Whiskers is a male. Is he?
Yep, mayor would be.
Is he?
So what would mayor be?
Top hats don't know gender, yo.
Mayor would be Bürgermeister.
Oh, so the in makes it a woman.
Makes it a woman.
Way to go, Sims German devs. It was probably some English guy
maybe
Google Translate. He was like, "That says
maybe
mare."
Mirror Whiskers is a girl. We
Maybe
don't
he's
know.
non-binary. He's like, I don't give a crap.
Yeah.
So, he is most likely based off of Stubbs, who was the bomb-ass mayor of an Alaskan town in 1997 until 2017 when he crossed that Rainbow Bridge. Guys,
Baby.
he was the mayor of a town for fucking ever. And I love it. He was a mayor for 20 years. He was a 20-year mayor. These are as a kitten. How did he run? Who knows? But I love it.
He was mayor for longer than our last mayor was mayor for, because he only had his 6-year term, and then he didn't get reelected because he was a dick.
Not Stubbs or Mayor Whiskers.
Stubbs was a good
Should have
boy.
them. So he is, according to SimsWiki, a male, but we're going non-binary. He is a cat. He is a tuxedo cat, and his personality traits are friendly, talkative, and aloof. So basically, he's me. I am Mayor Whiskers.
You are Mayor Whiskers.
I'm here with it. Animals with jobs. I love it. But anyway, so Mayor Whiskers is my everything. I have yet to be able to adopt him. I have tried so hard to get him to be part of my house, and he will not have it. And I was really sad about it. And every time I saw him walking around on the little dock, I'm like, Mayor Whiskers! And he'd be like, fuck you! And call my business hours! And that was it. He didn't want to talk to me, and it's fine. It's fine. I'm not hurt, guys. And then he won the lottery in my game, and I was like, more Top Hat money, Mayor Whiskers? More Top Hat money?
The ghost dog wins the lottery in my game a lot.
What does a ghost dog need to do with money?
I know.
What's
so
he spending
funny.
it on?
I know. Just lots and lots of money for concerts for Sarah McLachlan.
Yeah. He just keeps hiring her. I'm here for it. And she's just like, in the arms of an angel. And he's like, yep, go for it. Yep. Go for it.
Yep. I love it.
He's like doing that little dog thing that they do when they scratch. You get their spot as she sings because he's just so happy. Okay. My cat does that, by the way. When I give her belly scratches, her leg stretches out. She has a little like thumpy thing. And I was like, are you a dog?
Oh, cute.
Yeah, but only me. Other people have tried to give her belly scratches, and she's not a fan. I don't know what that means. I'm the chosen one. Okay, so
sorry.
Yeah, sorry. You like that? That's just my random moment of life there.
I know you just had like a second with yourself, like I am the chosen one.
My crown just starts to flip from the sky.
Oh my god, I love it.
Okay, so my next favorite townie is everyone's fever dream. She is the person that you have forgotten it. You forgot she existed, but now that I'm gonna remind you. You're gonna be like, oh, the fuck yes! That is Sims 2 fucking badass bitch, the Gypsy Matchmaker. Problematic name aside, she was fucking amazing.
Yes.
Okay, so she came if you had nightlife. And basically, she can summon a blind date for a sim. And this compatibility, because you know how in Sims 2, you can have like things you liked, things you didn't like, you know, your turn on, turn offs or whatever. And my favorite part is that her compatibility, like how she'd match you with, and the more compatible you were based on how much more you pay her. So you pay her well, she gets you a good match. You pay her pennies, she gets you Miss Crumple Bottom.
Mm-hmm.
she's like, fuck you. She can also sell
TM.
She also sells Love Potion number 8.5 for 350 simoleons. She sells a cure for vampirism, lycanthropy, witchiness, and also plant sim. for only 60 simoleons. It's a steal. And you can also buy like a single dose of the potions or buy it in lots of 3, 5, and 10 because she loves a good bundle deal. So I'm here for it. But also, if you're in Pleasant View and you pay her 5,000 simoleons, there is a chance that Bella Goth will appear.
Which I fucking love, and I'm pissed I've never had this, because whenever I play Sims and I do the matchmaker, it's always a girl that I want to find a guy, because teenager Marissa was dumb. Could have had Bella Goth this whole time. Ugh. Wow,
but yes,
Marissa.
you could have had Bella Goth appear. However, the chance that she will appear is pretty slim. So you might just be spending 5,000 simoleons over and over and over again for nothing.
Yeah.
Who knows?
That's so exciting, though.
Hashtag scam. So in Sims 2 free time, like if you have that one, if the household has a high lifetime aspiration and hobby enthusiasm, the matchmaker may sneak over to the house and leave dusty old lamp, which could be used to summon a genie. She would just like sneak on over and be like, "I'm gonna leave you a lamp." So
that's so cute. I love that.
I know. Just imagine her like creeping in and dropping the lamp, and then
just in her
out.
loud ass skirt, like the loudest skirt possible, and she's just like, "I'm sneaking, right?
You can't see me, right?" She cannot be played, but unless you hack her, but don't do that. Don't be that person. But she can be befriended by and fall in love with one of your Sims. However, the only socialization actions that she can have are talk and flirt and influence menus, which are not very much. So she'll stay on the lot for hours at a time until she is greeted, and may even stay all day long. So bitch will not leave until you say hello.
Mm-hmm.
Like she is like every black parent, and like you walk into their house, you better fucking say hello. She's gonna sit there and look at you until you do. You're in my house, you say hey. By the way, if you ever walk into a black person's house and you don't say hello to their parents, you are on their shit list.
Oh, that was the same here when my friends came to visit and they didn't say hello or goodbye to my mother. They were in trouble.
So, yes, I love her ever so much. Like, I just think that she is the person. She's one of those Sims that you forget that she exists, and I'm mad that she only existed in Sims 2.
Yeah.
Like, I wish there was like an iteration in each one of them, because the matchmaking thing was really great. But like I said, if you didn't pay her enough, like I remember, like when I was researching, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember I did that. I did her a lot because she would find like the most compatible people for you.
Yeah.
But if you only paid her like a little amount, then you would get like a random Sim that you have nothing in common with.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, here, have this firefighter, even though you like, bookworms. And she's just like, fuck you.
This is actually a beautiful transition into my favorite townie on Sims 2. Are we ready for this?
Was it a firefighter?
No. So whenever I played with the matchmaker in Sims 2, and I was feeling not so generous, I would usually end up with the beautiful, wonderful, goopy Giscarbo.
So good. They named a carbonara after him.
Who is just bae. I despised him when I played the game as a youngin', but going back and playing it, he is easily my favorite character. Literally, all he wants is just love. Like, all he wants is just to fall in love with your Sim and be romantic. He's a Libra. He's got the black hair, the blue eyes. He's really got everything going on for him. But he is so annoying. Like, I remember playing with him, and he would just show up at my Sim's house all the time wanting to be friends. He would like stalk your Sim. I don't know if this is just me, but I remember he was very persistent on getting with my female Sims.
I just had to Google what he looked like, and it makes me the happiest person ever. Like, ever. His
Yeah.
shorts are so short.
The plaid shorts, the Western top, slicked black hair.
And those
I mean,
loafers.
and the loafers. He's just peak.
He is everything.
He was
everything.
everywhere.
He was everywhere. Yeah. Like if you don't know who I'm talking about, look him up and you'll immediately know who I'm talking about. Like, he was everywhere. He has his only skill is a cooking skill. Like, if you actually add into the family, like, that's what he's known for, I guess, is making this food. His name
is Goopy.
Yeah, his name is Goopy. In Discovery University, there's an elective class called Beyond Cooking, Goopy Carbonara. Oh, Beyond Cooking.
Yep.
And it refers to this guy, Goopy. Goopy Gasparo. Gills Caparo. I don't know how to say it.
The old Goops.
I just called him Goopy. Honestly, I called him Goopy Carbonaro forever. It wasn't until I actually researched him for this episode that I was like, oh, it's not just Goopy Carbonaro. I thought that was his name. Anyway, so I love him, and he often shows up with the matchmaker. So that was my transition. He's not really my favorite. He kind of is, but he kind of isn't. I will say, definitely my favorite, like, pure NPC, Bonehilda. Come on, you guys.
Wait, hold on, though. Before we get into Bonehilda, who I do absolutely love, did you know that Goopy, his name is a mix of two people who helped create Sims 2?
What?
Yeah.
No, you're right.
So,
yeah.
Goopy Rossi and Gabe Gills Carbo.
Yep.
He is named after. I'm like, also, could y'all maybe not have made him look like that? Like, I'd be a little offended. But also,
I love it.
He's like a toddler in Sims 3, because you know how Sims 3 is before Sims 3. So he's in Sims 3, but he's a toddler.
Mm-hmm. He's a toddler, and he's just as ridiculous looking.
He really is.
There actually is, like, he's in the Monte Vista, and there actually is, like, I don't know, a family stuff for him, but I just think of him as this lonely chef man looking for love in Sims 2, and it makes me smile.
So, also, because this happened in one Sims wiki, but in Brazilian Portuguese, his name is Gustavo Moreira. That's his
Gustavo.
name.
Well, in Dutch, he's Goofy.
Yeah.
Goofy.
Goofy. In French, he's Florian. Like, his name is not nearly as funny any other ones. I'm like,
no, he's Daniel in Swedish.
I don't know. I've met a Florian once, and he was pretty damn hilarious.
Oh, Florian.
And in Italian, he's just Giovanni Gills Carbo, which doesn't make him nearly as cool as Goopy.
I know. I love Goopy.
Me too. Okay. Sorry. Back to Bonehilda.
Anyway, we're just reading Sims Wiki. Thank you, Sims Wiki. All right, now we're talking about Bonehilda. Boom fucking Hilda. I loved her so much. She was in every household of my game because she cleaned the lot, she repaired objects, she brought in the newspaper, she looked after babies, and then she just went back to her little broom closet when you didn't want her.
Bop, bop.
Yeah, she would. And then you would knock on the door and be like, hello, Broomhilda. But what I loved is the first time I did it, I remember this. And then I played it again recently and I was like, oh, it is true. I had a sim, or I had a household, and that household had a maid. And I was going through, I just played Sims 2 recently, and I was like, oh yeah, Bonehilda, how could I have forgotten? So I went and threw Bonehilda into the game, and the fucking maid, quits. The second, if the maid goes on the lot and Boomhilda is on the lot, Bonehilda,
I can't work under these conditions, and she nopes out.
Yeah, she just pieces out and literally is like, nope, we're not doing this today, which I love. And Bonehilda is just an adorable little skeleton, and she has a little maid outfit on. I adore her. I love Bonehilda, and I wish I could play her.
I also love her because that she's a bones. She's just bones, and I love her.
And she's good at her job.
As opposed to the fucking butler. Sorry.
I was going to say, can we bring the Bonehilda energy to Sims 4 butlers? You know what, though? I will say, I am playing a game right now with a really rich guy. I'm doing some social experimenting. Don't worry about it. And his butler, his butler is amazing. It's this fabulous, can I say, fabulous elderly black lady who fucking kills it. She's the best butler I've ever had. Most of the butlers are fucking white old men who suck ass and don't do anything and just drink all day or read books all day, and you're like, what the fuck is happening? You suck. But this maid or this butler lady is like peak. Like, you can tell she went to the finest schools and she's awesome. Anywho,
She went to the finest school, to butler schools. Oh my gosh, do y'all ever watch That Annie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
because Niles was talking about how he went to butler school.
The butler
Yes,
school
she is
insane.
Niles energy. Like,
I
she
love
gets
Niles.
everything done.
I have a relative who went to butler school.
Really?
Yes.
Well, all the butlers. I mean, I know it's a prestigious
she went
thing.
to the UK and learned to be a
It is,
butler.
yeah.
She, by the way, went to the UK and learned how to be a butler, and she's working as butler now.
I fucking love that.
Who do you work for? Like who? Like when you go to butler school, like do you have like then who does she work for? Like
rich people. Like
Yeah.
princes and shit.
I think she is working in the English countryside at the moment at one of those like fancy estate things.
Oh, that's so badass.
I just really want to have a title as Lady Vanity. So if any lords are listening and they want to just like, I'm fun. I can cook. If you probably have never had Tex-Mex, I got you. I can cook it really well. I would like to be Lady Vanity. So trade.
You know what's awesome about being a lady though? You're not expected to cook. You're expected to run that household. Get everyone else to do your bidding.
I get that, but I'm trying to make myself sound appealing so they'll marry me and make sure I can be a lady.
Cooking isn't a lady skill. Plotting world domination is a lady skill.
I'm also really good at that too, and I have a planner for everything.
And that's what a butler needs to do. Like, you don't need to make the sandwiches. You need to instruct other people
exactly
and how to make the sandwiches.
Exactly. And that's basically my lady butler now. She when this horrible rich guy has a lady friend over, she just scoots them out the lot when they're done. She's like, all right, goodbye. She cleans right up after them. She fucking is like, this guy's a fucking moron. And it's so funny because she'll like call him out on shit. I love this butler. That's half the reason I'm still playing this household is just because I love the butler and I don't want to lose her. Anywho, Bonehilda rocks, love her. And then final, I feel since I didn't have the absolute beautiful storytelling that Ava did, I'm just throwing all my characters out at you, just multiple ones. But Mark Eggleston, Eggle Daddy, we love him. I love him. He's amazing. He has a gardening skill, logic skill, painting skill. What I didn't know is that...
Just leave out of here. I'm just quick because you had to bring in Eggle Daddy.
Eggle Daddy. I love Eggle Daddy. He is unemployed, but that's okay. He's a young adult man. He wants to be a friend of the world. And apparently he gained... Okay, this is what I love about him. According to his household biography, he gained a large sum of money from his parents, which he used to move to Strangerville, and he got the house for his friends so they could all have a good place to explore their creativity, because Strangerville is a less hectic town than the city. So he literally bought this house for his friends. And he's like, hey guys, look, let's all create together and create art. I'll take care of the house if you guys just come to Strangerville with me. how adorable is that? I love him so much.
He's a sweet baby.
He is a sweet baby. And yeah, so canon, I've never had him date Leslie or Alice, the roommates. I just move him out of there, move him into my household. Even if I don't even date him right away, I just like having him in my household because he's amazing.
Oh boy.
I love Eggle Daddy.
Yep.
I feel like our next one that we should do as a counter to this one is my least favorite townie, because you know who I'm going to talk about.
I think we're all going to talk about Marcus Flax.
Yep.
Him and fucking Penny. I hate them both. So.
Oh yeah, Penny. Or you know what though?
Judith
I
Ward.
will say, Judith Ward.
Herself. Her and that blonde hairstyle.
I really
literally
didn't
the minute I saw her, I was like, I hate you. I hate your hair. I hate the fact that you're glowing. I hate your dress. I hate you.
Yeah, everything about her is just like ick. Her and Nancy Landgrab can just be ick together. You just see them and you're like ick, you know.
Judith with the fucking hair. I hate
with the hair.
Her. I just can't. Sorry.
I actually really hated what's her name? Oh, that's gonna bother me.
It is. It's gonna bother me.
Think about it and save it for the episode.
Okay,
right?
yeah.
We're gonna do it, guys. We're gonna do it because I have a few.
We have to do this now.
I have a few that can suck it. So
that's an hour of us spilling the tea on townies that we hate.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be great, guys. That's our follow-up. Really my favorite townie, my least favorite townie. The townie that we can all throw to the pit monster.
Yep.
Yes. The pit monster. And or the mother plant.
Yes, throw them to the mother.
Yes.
Food mother. But since we were talking about Eggle Daddy, I had a little adventure with Eggle Daddy. It was
it's our what just happened of the week.
Yeah, it's kind of like my what just happened. We discussed this when I discovered it in my game. I immediately sent it to the group chat. So I have MCCC installed, and I'm playing a generational challenge, my own little generational challenge. The challenge is to get past 4 generations, which is where I usually throw in the towel because I got bored. I'm on 3 so far, and I came across a son of Eggle Daddy. His name was Ryan, and he was cute. Like, I sent the pictures into the group chat, and he was fucking gorgeous. And I was like, an Eggle son, if you will.
Yeah.
He was an Eggle baby. And so I sent the pictures to the group chat, and everybody was like, oh, I know he looks great. So then I went into cast to give him some new clothes because it was my intention to shack him up with my my heir, my next generation girl, and they were teens at the time. So I was like, I'm just gonna full edit mode and give him some better clothing. Now I have some custom content installed, including some skins. And he looked gorgeous until I took his shirt off and noticed that the skin he was wearing was one with painted on cleavage.
He had moobs, y'all. They were also weirdly shaped, together moobs.
He had pecs, but he had cleavage, and it was so weird.
It was awesome.
Sending messages like, "Oh my god, he's so gorgeous! Oh my god, he looks so good." Guys, this went wrong. This went so wrong. And it was
so wrong.
I fixed it. He's fine now. So that's great. And he joined their household, and they lived together as teens, and it was adorable. And now they moved from Solani to Glimmerbrook, where they live now while they go to college. They're both psychology majors. And unfortunately, one day, it was the day before their final exams, they got a call to say that Eggle Daddy had passed away.
Oh, Eggle Daddy, no.
He was old, and he led a good life because he had 5 kids with 2 different women, including fucking Judith.
Ew.
I don't know why. Eggle Daddy, you have questionable taste. But
maybe he was drunk. He regrets it.
Yeah, maybe.
He does.
But he lived a good full life, and he had come over a couple of times to have dinner and just hang out with his son and his daughter-in-law. And, I'd like to believe that he passed happy and peacefully.
Yeah, he's the most pleasant sim to be married to.
So great.
As far as townies go, he's just so nice and pleasant and caring. Like every time I have him as a spouse, he cleans up. He, does if whatever work you have him do, he always tries his best. He's super kind and compassionate. He's great with kids. Like what more do you want? Or he can be really fun. Like I've had him as a roommate before, and he's just a great roommate. He just hangs out.
Every single time he came over for dinner, he would do the dishes.
Yeah. That's why Echo Dai is my favorite. He's super considerate. He's super kind, but he makes amazingly beautiful children. Like, what more do you want in a townie sim? Come on.
And
what more do you want in just like a man in general? Can we all have an Echo Daddy in our lives?
Oh, could we?
Totally. Oh, and
maybe my Lord can be an Echo Daddy. You guys think maybe? The Lord I marry? Hi, I'm still waiting for you. I mean, if Carl doesn't want to be around, it's fine.
Look, Eggleston is a British name, so maybe you could find a Lord Eccleston.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Carl.
Lord Carl.
I mean, look, guys, if there's an application to be put in, just if you guys know any lords or lord-to-bees or even counts, do those still exist? Because that could be Comtesse Vanity. That's cool. Like,
hey, if Meghan Markle can make it happen, any of us can make it happen, right?
I feel the same way.
So, I don't know. I think you run out of royalty at some point, don't you?
What?
Don't you just run out of royalty at some point? Like, there's only so many monarchies left.
Look, I'm fine with. I am super offended about this person that that was just put into the chat. Ma'am, no, I don't want Bernie Ecclestone.
What? He was born in 1930. Okay, for those confused, I don't know if we're going to keep this in. Melissa, our wonderful editor who sits in the background and chats at us while we're talking, just found someone named Charles Ecclestone, who is some kind of lord or something. Where is he from? England?
Who also likes Hitler.
Magnate and the former chief executive of the Formula One group.
Oh my god.
He looks like in this picture like he is forever smelling something that smells like shit.
Oh my god. He does like Hitler. What is happening?
He's
permanently disappointed.
And he only has daughters.
Who does he look like?
And all he has is daughters. Like literally, I couldn't even try to slide into that one there because I'm. Maybe Petra Ecclestone because she's close. She's as close to my age as maybe she has a friend.
She's a year older than me. Look, man, he's 89 and it's Corona times. I don't think you'd be married to him long.
That's true.
But I could marry him long enough.
Or you marry him to use him to meet motorsports drivers, Formula One drivers.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, who are typically good looking. I mean, I've never met one, but when I see them on TV, they always seem good looking.
When I see them on TV, they always have fun.
I'm just more so annoyed that Melissa thought this is the guy that I would want to be with. Like, Bernie Ecclestone here? I'm not here.
I love that she found like an Ecclestone or, you know what I mean?
She found someone close enough.
Yeah, she found one exactly. Close enough. This is Eccl. All right, here we go.
So, on that note, still taking applications for my new title, Lord. A Lord or a Count or... I don't know. I mean, I would take a prince, but I'm not going to aim too high.
I mean, we're not. Are you focused on England? Because there's a lot of different royalties in different countries, you know.
Wait.
Yeah, but I wouldn't I wouldn't recommend our royal family because the son of one of our princesses was currently busted a lockdown party. So,
damn it.
Yeah, they're kind of shit.
Kind of shit. Well, it's fine. It's freaking fine. I will
It's
just
fine.
take
We'll find
Christopher
one.
Eccleston instead because he's better than Bernie, and I like I like him anyway.
Bernie
So,
Ecclestone. Yeah.
but yeah. Anywho,
Bernie.
this is what happened.
Look, man, the best Eccleston. No, Christopher Eccleston is best Eccleston because he is a Time Lord, so he
He is
can
Time
take
Lord.
you all through the galaxy.
I'm
and
here for
save
this
you.
because he's a Time Lord.
And he's not married. Ooh.
He's not married. He is
Uh-uh.
also the same age as my mother.
Oh. Let's not think about that. Oh, right. He's the same age as my mom, too. Oh, my God. I love it. That was perfect.
So that's our segment on Find Vanity a Lord. You can help, too. It's a hashtag Lord for Vanity. Not Jesus. I mean, actual Lord.
I mean,
not that Lord.
Melissa's also correct. Christopher Eccleston, is technically also a lord. He is a Time Lord.
I'm just saying.
True. So really, our interpretation is any sort of royalty and also made up royalty names such as Time Lord. That is also a thing that we're open to.
Hashtag
and
royal. Hashtag title for vanity.
Yeah, title. That should be it. That's it. Title for vanity. Yeah.
I just want
Because with a title, you get horses. You get all the stoves you want. Your royalty.
See?
You can have whatever
Man,
stove.
you can go to Royal Ascot every year. Go look at the horses and wear really ridiculous hats.
Yeah.
I want to wear a fascinator in public for reasons. Okay. This has been
when you do become a lady, just remember us. Remember your Team Hydrate buddies when you go to Royal Ascot, because I also want to wear a fascinator for reasons.
Oh, ma'am, you can all be my accompaniment. You be my lady.
Ladies
you be my ladies in waiting.
Yeah.
Wear giant dresses and just follow you around.
I'm down.
And giant hats.
Giant hats and giant dresses.
Like everyone else is wearing normal clothes, and we just have these ridiculous.
We just look gaudy as fuck. We're just like, what?
No, fancy meeting you here. It's like, oh my God, go away.
Of course, she's fucking American. I'm like, yep. Hello.
Oh, I'm here now. This is happening. Accept it.
Okay, well, guys, let's do some things like talk about our shoot-outs. We have shoot-outs. Shoot-outs. We got shoot-outs.
Shoot-out time.
Shoot-outs. All right, we have a shoot-out from our Simmerson, Shane. Yay! Via Apple Podcast. Shizad. This is the best hour of my week. I've literally spent the last half an hour trying to write an eloquent review that would do this podcast justice. I can't find the words. Honey, you don't got to be eloquent. It's okay. We're not. All I can say is that this is hands down one of the best podcasts ever. There is the right mix of information, fun, and tangential? Sure. Side notes. I promise, guys, I can read. Team Tangent for the win.
Yeah.
That's us. That's awesome. To make this the perfect way to de-stress. Sorry, that was the rest of that sentence. Thank you guys for doing such a great job. You're welcome, Shane.
Thank you, Shane. You're so nice.
She's the queen of cakes.
She is the queen of cakes. So if you donate to our Patreon, you can join our Discord, and then Shane will give you a welcome cake, and they all look amazing.
I know.
They do.
Yeah.
Okay. Moving forward. Number 2. To Paige.
I'll take this one.
Go.
That is Paige_332 via Apple. She says, my new favorite podcast. I usually wait to write reviews until I'm all caught up on a podcast, but I want to help the team reach its goal of 100 episodes. As most of us have, I've been obsessed with The Sims since the first time I played it. 12 years have passed, and it was until very recently that I thought to look for podcasts about the subject. Under the Plumbob is my new obsession. Until this point, I've never met a single person who knows the game as well as I do. I admire how in-depth the teams go with the topics and that they discuss all Sims games. I feel like I'm falling in love with the game all over again. The majority women team that runs this podcast is phenomenal. They are extremely relatable and work so hard to make this podcast what we, as the listeners, want. I'm so excited for what is to come for this group. Thank you so much, Paige.
That is so sweet. That is really wonderful. Like, you know, we're just a bunch of regular people doing this. So to hear someone, you know, that
I'm going to be a lady. So I'm no longer I'm only half regular right now. I'm like 4 steps from being a lady, guys. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh my god, I just love it. Oh my god, I love it. Okay, can I mention this?
Yes.
You know, no big deal. As we're talking about being humble, vanity. Sim Guru Ninja just replied to our tweet. Woo. We're famous now. So basically, Sim Guru Ninja posted a picture of his like sim self with new hair from Nifty Knitting.
It's snazzy. Them gray temples.
Yeah, the gray temples are hot. Can I say, I voted for Love to Knit, so I'm really sad that Nifty Knitting I legitimately voted for Love. LUV number 2.
Marissa. So did I. I feel your pain.
I voted for Nifty Knitting. So.
That was such chaotic energy to have Love to Knit. Like, that was chaos. I was 100% here for it. I'm very sad that it didn't win. But anyway, so we reposted his picture and said, "So dapper." And he responded with a gif of the guy from Mad Men, not Don Draper, his boss. Oh, what was his
coworker?
name?
It was what is his name? The one with the super awesome white hair.
And he's in so many movies. He's a very famous and well-known actor. But anyway, he responded with that guy dancing with a cigarette, which I thought was very, very fitting. Anyway, so follow us on Twitter if you want to see us become Twitter famous.
We're excited.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sterling Cooper.
Rod Sterling?
No, Sterling Cooper.
Who's Rod Sterling? Is that his real name or is that the name on the show?
That's his name on the show.
I don't remember.
Rod Sterling? I don't think it's Roger Sterling.
Roger Sterling.
Sterling Cooper's name of the firm. Roger Sterling. His name is John Slattery. That's the actor's name. But Roger Sterling is the guy that he posted a picture of. But we just need to go for a second and say, we're noticed.
Yeah.
Does that mean that we're on a radar now?
Probably not. Probably nothing is going to happen.
No, not at all.
Exciting. We can pretend to be famous, just like Vanity can pretend to be a lordess.
I'm not pretending it's happening.
It's happening. It's true.
Look, guys, it's gonna fucking happen, okay? But I mean, I'm doing it. I just gotta get it.
But we are not done yet. We still have What's Up, Gal?
Oh yeah.
So basically, we look at what's on the gallery, and if you tag us in the gallery with Under the Plumbob, you have a chance to be featured, or you can message us if you want to use one of our other tags. Mm-hmm. But we have a household, and a room today. The lot is. Have we done this already? I can't remember. The lot is Riki Teak. Was by Riki Teak. The Simpsonian Museum. It is a generic lot worth 3,260,660 simoleons, built on a 64 by 64 lot. It is a museum holding everything I could find. This is the creator speaking by the way, a museum holding everything I could find that is not available in Build By, including hashtag paintings, hashtag fish, hashtag plants, hashtag frogs, hashtag food, hashtag books. A labor of love that took months to build and fill with items. Includes hashtag wedding space, hashtag pool, hashtag playground, hashtag greenhouse. Please notice me senpai, hashtag under the plumbob, hashtag PB, hashtag move objects on, hashtag MOO.
Love.
I fucking love that. Please notice me. I was trying not to chuckle as I read that earlier. I was like,
They really tried it. Like, they have hashtags everywhere. Like, if this lot doesn't blow up, I don't know what else this person could have done. They did everything. They did the most.
You, senpai noticed you. It is a gorgeous lot.
We've noticed you. I don't know if we're the senpai you wanted, but we're the senpai you got.
Exactly. You probably wanted like more prestigious people, but we do have a lady on our team, you know, Lady Nancy. So and Simguru Ninja knows us, so we're basically famous now, so you're welcome.
I'll do the household. So we have a household on the gallery by Muffin Gal 87. It's the Mati Voda, a dark blue skinned alien with mermaid hair and scales. Leader of the pack, insider, self-absorbed, and self-assured. So those are the traits. When Mati came to Earth, she found the planet's dominant life forms were being controlled by another form of life. She did her best to fight, but was defeated. So she has created an avatar form to hopefully learn more about the humans and finally set Earth's plant life free.
Wow.
I love a good story. Hashtag UTPB, by the way.
You could do this as, you know, helping Sulani. You could do this as the Strangerville storyline, this sim, or you could do it for the upcoming Eco Pack. Like, that could be a thing.
Good one. Yeah.
That's what I like about this sim, is that it's like, it's just about making the Earth better, or whatever sims Earth better. So it's a very multifaceted sim.
I might look her up and use her for my first eco lifestyle.
Oh,
playthrough.
Yeah.
All right. Mars, you want to do The Room?
I, of course, want to do The Room. The Room is by Yellow Plumbob YT.
Actually, you'll find The Room is by Tommy Wiseau.
My brain literally just was like looking at this script. I'm like, what? Okay.
Written, directed, produced, acted by Tommy Wiseau. Sorry.
Never seen it. Please go.
Quarantine's getting to me.
Never seen The Room, Vanity. Stop it.
No, if you've never seen it. No, I have.
Oh, okay. Oh my God. Have you seen Disaster Artist? Okay, off topic. That one's
Not
funny
yet.
too.
Not yet.
It's weird. They literally did a shot-for-shot remake in The Disaster Artist. Anyway, The Room on the gallery is by Yellow Plumbob by YT. Artist studio apartment, listed as a bedroom because you can't upload apartment lots, so it's listed as a bedroom. Anyway, it costs 41,472 simoleons. You need seasons, city living, Strangerville, and laundry day stuff. This 17 Culpeper house apartment is perfect for an aspiring artist struggling to keep bills paid but loving every moment of creativity. Remember to have move objects on. They also say subscribe to them on YouTube, Yellow Plumbob. Join their community on Instagram and Twitter, both at yellow_plumbob. And then the gallery, of course, Yellow Plumbob YT. And they use hashtags Yellow Plumbob, artist. Oh, wow, Marissa. They use the hashtags Yellow Plumbob, apartment, artist, art, city living, San Myshuno, starving artist, Simerinos, and UTPB. But because you need Strangerville for this lot, you can throw a little Eka Daddy in there and have him just be an awesome neighbor for your other Sims.
What's coming up next? So next episode, you will talk about the Super Sim Challenge with Kate, aka the Sim Inspired. It's going to be fun times, guys. That's Llama, by the way. That's not us. It's Llama. We're not doing that.
No, we're not doing
I
it.
didn't say Llama was doing it. That was horrible. I'm trying that again. Scratch! Coming up next on Under the Plumbob, you'll be hearing from Team Llama. They're going to talk about the Sims Super Sim Challenge with special guest Kate, aka the Sim Inspired. Ba-ba-bam.
Like, how awesome is that?
I did
But it's
finger
so
guns with that, and I'm really mad that you couldn't see it. One day we are going to have to record with this video, just so people can see my finger guns. Who wants to do the outro? I did it last time.
I can.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Social media plugs. We are Plumbobcast on Instagram and Twitter. Plumbob Podcast on Reddit. Under the Plumbob Podcast on Facebook and Tumblr. Our website is undertheplumbobpodcast.com. You can reach out to us through our contact form and or our Gmail, which is undertheplumbobpodcast@gmail.com. Subscribe to us on Twitch to stay up to date with our frequent, but not always consistently timed streams on Fridays and Saturdays. Subscribe, rate, review if you love us. We have a Patreon. We have merch. Check it out, Check us out on Patreon. Check out our merch. We have Team Hydrate water bottles. What? Thanks to our wonderful writing and research team. And, of course, Sims Wiki. And last, but definitely not least, thank you for listening and loving the game as much as we do. We're so grateful to share fandom and have enthusiastic support from the community. And, of course, if you have not, go ahead and save your game, too.
Save it,
You're
bitch.
welcome.
Save your game.
Yeah. And at this time, you usually say what we're going to go do now. I'm actually going to go make eggs on toast.
I am going to shower because I have had the type of weekend where showering has not happened. So I'm going to shower.
You smell like outside.
I've been cleaning my apartment carpets. We've been rearranging furniture. We've been scrubbing things down. I kind of just had a little bit of a midlife crisis, but I think we're coming out of it. So we're fine now.
Well, I am going to go heat up my pasta, and then I'm probably going to go crochet on my shawl a little bit more.
Crochet away, girl. Crochet away.
Crochet away.
I do love it.
And remember, guys, cooking isn't a lady skill. Plotting world domination is a lady skill. And I'm going to be a fucking lady. All right. Now back to the real world.
Back to the real world.
Back to the real world.
Bye.
Buddies. Dag dag.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one.
I love that.